Turn up, let's go.
What is up, you guys? I'm Charmx, and today I'm going to be reacting to Wrong Numbers by The Odd Ones Out. Now, I'm freaking excited because I love The Odd Ones Out, and hopefully this will be quite funny. Forgive me if I'm sniffling or coughing or stuff during this video. I thought it was strep throat, but it's bronchitis. But anyway, with that being said, the original link's in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to The Odd Ones Out, and let's begin.
Hello? Okay. It's for you, James.
Hey, James. This is James from the future.
Just wanted to give you a call and let you know that...
Puberty can be tough, but you can get through it.
So I just wanted to let you know that everything's gonna be okay and...
I love you.
Alright, this is a very weird intro.
You got the wrong number. I grew up in a
Could you imagine, that were to happen, you actually do get the wrong number, and you're just saying to some random little baby, like, that'd be so freaking weird.
generation where smartphones were a new thing and everyone in my class had one, except for me.
I was the exact same way. I didn't get a smartphone, like an actual phone, until around, I want to say around a year and a half ago, and I'm in my 20s, right? I always had, like, an iPod or something so I can listen to music. But I never really had an actual phone. And now that I have a phone, I mean, it's hard to imagine living without it.
My parents never got me one because they didn't want me to access the internet on a device that could fit in my pocket because they were super strict and didn't want me looking at
Oh no, not this again.
internet stuff, which backfired horribly. So they never gave me a smartphone. In fact, I didn't even get my first cell phone until I was 16 years old. Now,
I think that's like the perfect age to get a phone. 16 years old. I think that's the perfect age.
as an adult who uses a cell phone every day, I don't know how I survived for 16 years without one. I think when I was younger, if I was ever in a situation where I needed to call my parents, I would just ask the nearest person if I could borrow their phone. Now,
Yeah. I mean, when I got into a car crash a couple years ago, I asked some random stranger who saw it happen if I could use their phone because I didn't have a phone at the time. I remember their expression on their faces like, what? You don't have a phone? Kind of like that.
if there's any parents watching this who haven't given their children a cell phone yet, take it from a guy on the internet with no children. You should get them one. It doesn't have to be a smart one, you can just give them your standard drug dealer phone, but you should at least give them a cell phone in case there's an emergency and they need to call you or the police. The only downside I can think of giving your child a phone is they'll end up spending too much time on it, so you should just turn off
Oh, shots fired, James. Shots fired, James.
their service from time to time, I don't know. When I turned 16 and finished up my sophomore year of high school, I got my very first cell phone. An LG Cosmos 2. I didn't grow up in the 90s. Everyone else had iPhones, but I was the only one with a phone that had a keyboard on it. And with that cell phone,
I remember when those were like, people are going crazy over the keyboard phones.
I've had a couple of incidences where sometimes a random person would call me thinking I was someone else and then wouldn't admit they're wrong. And that's how you
People, what, really? They wouldn't admit they're wrong, so they'd keep acting as if you're the person they meant to call originally?
segue into the theme of this month's video. This first story happened when I was working at Subway. That's right, another Subway story. Hashtag Subway4. It wasn't good enough to be in the other three. So, it was 5 minutes until closing, and we get a phone call on the Subway phone. I pick it up and say, thank you for calling Subway, how may I help you? I was supposed to say, this is James, how may I help you? But I wasn't about to tell this random stranger my name. Idiot. Anyway, the other person on the line said, hey, what time do you guys close?
Oh, I get it. Because you just told millions of people your name on your YouTube channel. Okay, I get it.
In 5 minutes. Is it alright if I show up late? I just need gas. And being the good employee that I was totally willing to make this guy sandwich over the phone, let him pick it up after we closed, and then I wouldn't ring him up and just pocket the money. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. That's a crime. Please don't sue me. So I said, yeah, I can do that. What kind of sandwich do you want? And he said, I just need gas. Oh, don't worry, sir. This sandwich will give you plenty of gas. I mean...
I mean, if the guy wants gas so much, why is he even, like, going to Subway? Go to a freaking gas station or whatever.
Do you want chips or something? No, he said. I just need gas. I was a little confused.
Oh, okay, so So my joke that I just made about him, why doesn't he just go to a gas station or whatever? That's where he actually is going to go, is a gas station, it sounds like. But he got the wrong number. That's really confusing. Okay.
Okay, yes. So you'll get gas, then are you gonna stop by and pick up a sandwich? And he said, I don't want a sandwich. And then it hit me. Even though the first thing I ever said to this guy was, thank you for calling Suabwe, I think he thought he was talking to a gas station. So I said, sir, this is a Suabwe?
Oh.
And I never got the chance to tell him that gas pumps don't close. This next story.
Yeah, they don't close. People be crazy. That's the
happened when I was
moral.
at home and I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. Now, I've had friends tell me that they don't answer the phone to any number they don't recognize, but my anxiety won't let me do that. What if it's your bank calling saying your account got hacked? What if it's your grandma? Because why would you have her saved in your phone? Or
Why does your grandmother have a Glock?
Or what if it's your Nigerian uncle who wants to give you his collection of gold bars and needs your information for a wire transfer? You just never know, so I always pick up the phone. So I answered it, and it was this woman asking for a Lawrence. And I said, oh, I'm not, you have the wrong number. And she goes, isn't this 416295? That's obviously not a real number, so don't try calling it. And I said, no, this is 416293. Because that's my phone number. Again, that's not actually a valid phone number, so please don't call it. And she goes, 3? I don't think I pressed 3.
So they just don't want to admit that they got the wrong number. Yeah, I don't know if I've had an experience like that exactly. I mean, I'm sure we've had people call us and get the wrong number. That happens every now and then, you know? But I don't think I've had it where people are like, well, I didn't press that number, you know? So I don't know.
And I don't know what to say to this woman. Because
hang up on
my
him.
number is 416293. It's really not. But she doesn't think she pushed 3, so I don't know how she's talking to me right now.
Hang up on him.
Unless she did. So I said, well, obviously, you did. And then I made a comic about the whole situation because I thought the internet would think it was funny. This next story happened.
I think it was funny as that graphic right there, right here, of you like, or whatever, and it just looks kind of terrifying. I wish I could freaking laugh. It just hurts right now, so I can't really.
Happened not too long ago. I got a call from a number I didn't recognize at 9:30 in the morning, and I was lying in my bed, asleep. And most people would agree that you're supposed to be awake and productive at 9:30, and I didn't want whoever.
Yeah, 9:30. That's really late. What time do you go to bed at? If you're going to bed at like really, really late, then it's understandable. But I mean, if you're going to bed at a decent time, that's like, you can get a lot more work done if you just get up a few hours earlier. Like, I personally get up at around 6 every day. However, yesterday I got up at 5 because I can't really sleep. So I just get up and you start working.
This stranger was thinking I'm lazy, so I had to answer the phone with my best, I've been awake for several hours voice. Hello?
You're going to have to come quickly. Timmy fell down the well, Vance.
You got Jacksepticeye? Is that actually Jacksepticeye, or did you just like rip the audio from one of his videos?
What?
I said you're going to have to come quickly because Timmy fell down the well, Vance.
I could tell it was a woman on the phone, but it was either
A woman with Jacksepticeye's old haircut. Is that actually Jacksepticeye, or the odd one's out making that voice? I don't know. Because it kind of sounds like Jack, but it sounds like it could be mimicked.
either her accent or the phone being buggy or I just had woken up, but I could not understand anything she was saying. But I could make out one word, which was Vance. So, I did not have a lot to go off of. I said, I think you have the wrong number. Okay, goodbye.
No, you gotta come quickly because Timmy fell down.
Well, I should probably get the day started, I thought as I went back to sleep. But then immediately I got a call from the same number, and I thought, oh,
So was that actually Jacksepticeye? Or was that James, like, mimicking Jacksepticeye? I don't know.
okay, maybe if this person is calling again, even after I explicitly told her she had the wrong number, maybe it's not a wrong number after all. maybe there's something else going on. Maybe it's an emergency, so maybe, talk to me.
Vance.
Okay. I can't understand anything you're saying. So then this woman must have handed the phone to her friend because a different voice started talking, and I could actually understand her, and I'll never forget what she said, which was,
Vance, no one thinks
That you're funny.
and even though I'm not Vance, that kinda hurt. So I stated the obvious, which was, yes, I am. And also I'm not
So you're just going with it now?
Vance. And she said,
no, Lance.
so this whole time, these two have been looking for a Lance. So I told this woman, I'm not Lance either. And she said,
Well, this is the number they
Gave me.
okay, if she had said it like, oh, I'm sorry, this is the number they gave me, I didn't mean to call you, stranger. Also, I do think you're funny and enjoy your videos, then that would have been totally fine. She's just shifting the blame to someone else. But instead, she sounded so condescending, like I was wasting her time. Well, this is the number they gave me, and they can't be wrong, so you must be the real Lance.
And as a kind of a side note, why would you call them and tell them they're not funny to begin with? Is Lance like a stand-up comic or something? Like a comedian, and that's their job? Because if not, I mean, why are you calling this person to tell them they're not really funny? Like if I had a friend who likes to make some jokes and not all of them land, I'm not gonna waste my time, pick up a call and be like, hey, you're not funny. What's the point in doing that? But if it's a stand-up comic, and their job is to be funny, and they're not funny, that's the only time I can understand the situation.
So I said, well, they must have given it to you wrong. Look, I'm too tired to be polite. But then, she hung up on me. Like this woman just basically called a random person, said, you're not funny, and then hung up. So I decided to call her back and said, hey, I just found the real Lance. He's the funniest guy I ever met, and he told me he doesn't give his phone number out to rude pieces of shit. Just kidding on that last part. I thought
James, did you just swear? James, what is this, James? You cannot swear, James. Also, wait, so did you call them back?
about doing it, but then I went back to
Oh.
I didn't do it. And then someone on the internet found my phone number, and I changed it. And whoever has my old number is probably getting a lot of calls from strangers and people I went to high school with. Sorry about that.
Oh, it was Jack. It was Jack. Okay, I'm glad I heard right, because it sounded like Jacksepticeye, but then again, it was muffled, right? Because it was supposedly coming from a phone. So it sounded as if the Odd Ones Out was kind of doing like a Jacksepticeye impersonation. So I wasn't really sure, but it is. Okay, that's awesome. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. I freaking love this, and I wanted to laugh a whole bunch, but I can't. But I freaking love this so much. And I'm glad they got Jacksepticeye in this. I was not expecting Jack to be in here. Like, normally when people do collabs with other YouTubers, you'd say feet whatever in the title, right? There's no hint of that in the title here. Anyway, with that being said, if you're new and subscribed to the family, make sure you guys go subscribe to Jacksepticeye and the Odd Ones Out. And I'll see you guys next time. Boop!